Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyram. If you don't know who I am, my name's Hyram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. You guys, it is that time of year. It is time for the best of videos. I love making these videos because I get to look back on all the products that I've tried throughout the course of the entire year and choose which ones are the best, which seems a lot easier than it actually is. It's really difficult because when you're someone like me who just loves trying new products and loves using as many things as you can, it's really difficult to choose the best ones. But in this video, I'm going to be talking through all of the best cleansers of 2021. All the cleansing products that I find myself not only using a lot, but recommending on a day-to-day basis to people with any skin type. And I'm going to be sharing multiple of the best cleansers for every single skin type so that way none of you guys are left out, so everyone's covered, and from a variety of price points, so that if you're someone who wants a more affordable product, you have options, but if you're someone who wants to, have a little bit more of a luxury experience, I got you as well. Cleansers are something that over time I've become more and more picky about because a lot of times we don't realize that cleansing can be a really damaging part of our skincare routine because it can wreck your moisture barrier, it can overstrip and dehydrate the skin. It can just really mess your skin up, but a lot of times people don't realize that that's the thing really messing up their skin. So it is important to be particular about what cleanser you use. At least that's what I feel like. I'm particular about what cleansers I use and recommend. Ouch. And I will say that these recommendations are not isolated to water-based cleansers only. I also have some other cleansing products that I found myself using all the time and recommending a lot in this video, so let's get into it. I want to start off by saying that if you are interested in purchasing any of these products, I will have all of them linked in the description box below. I do take a lot of time testing out and trying a bunch of new products to figure out which are the best in order to make these videos specifically, so if you do shop from those links, I would really appreciate it, but no pressure whatsoever. As always, I don't want to be pushy. Alright, what skin type should we start with? I think I want to start with dry skin first. Finding good cleansers for dry skin is difficult, and you may be saying, Hyram, I thought you had combination skin or you had more oilier skin. I do, but whenever I travel, my skin tends to get really dehydrated, and whenever I go to the mainland in dry environments, I actually struggle with dryness overall. So I always not look forward to that, but I am excited to try out products meant specifically for dry skin in those environments so that I can just try as many products as possible in order to recommend the best. And I have two primary cleansers that I recommend. First up is the Krave Beauty Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser. I have talked about this product before, and I think I even made a video like years ago where I was saying that I wasn't a huge fan of this cleanser, but I think it's because at that point in time, I didn't know as much about the potential irritation and stripping experience that you could have with cleansing. And over time, plus at that point, I wasn't in many environments that were dry, but when my skin is dry, I have grown to love this cleanser so much. It has a really nice consistency that gently froths up. It doesn't foam up. It's not what you would think of at all as like a foaming, stripping cleansers. If anything, this is one of the most gentle cleansers I've ever used. And I actually learned a lot about my cleansing philosophy from Leah Yu herself, the founder of Krave Beauty. She's amazing. You should subscribe to her on YouTube. But it only took so many times of watching James Welsh constantly recommend this product that I was like, maybe I should give it another shot. And I've introduced this more and more into my routine, and it's just an amazing product. If you're someone who has drier skin, who wants a really gentle cleansing experience, who wants your skin to feel bouncy and hydrated after cleansing, this is definitely a good one to go with. You don't have to use much at all, a very small amount, so it lasts a really long time, and for the price point, it's just a great deal. As far as ingredients goes, this has matcha. Green tea is one of my favorite ingredients out there, not only because of its antioxidant power, but also for its ability to soothe irritation and sensitivity within the skin. It also has hemp seed oil, which is amazing for really nourishing the skin. I will say if you're someone who wears makeup or a lot of sunscreen, I don't think that this is strong enough to properly remove all of that on its own. Like always, I always recommend double cleansing. Double cleansing for life! We are a big fan of the double cleanse around here. But yeah, it's just an overall great experience. I've recommended this to so many people and they've all loved it. I just think it's a great formula. And then we have one which is from the drugstore and not a product I would have initially really ever expected to be in my best of videos. But the more I tried this product, the more I was like, you know what? Yeah, it really is one of the best cleansers I've used. The Vanicream Gentle Face Cleanser. Now, there is reasoning as to why I want to include this product in the video. Kind of two main reasons. First off, not only is the experience really nice, like I find this to be a really pleasant cleanser to use when you're experiencing dry skin. I tend to be a little picky about dry skin cleansers because so many ones that I've used, it kind of feels like you're just putting it on your face and rinsing it off. and like it's not really doing that much, but this one you definitely notice a difference. It does a really good job of deeply cleansing the skin. But the other reason I wanted to include it in this video is because I can always rely on this cleanser to be recommended for anyone who struggles with crazy sensitivity, irritation, who no matter what product they use, they will always find themselves reacting to a cleanser. This is the product I always recommend, and it's cool because I see so many dermatologists and chemists also recommending this product for people who have ultra sensitive skin. And sensitivity can occur across all skin types, but I do find that a lot of people with dry skin tend to experience irritation, and I think that's because your moisture barrier is not intact, you're dehydrated, and whenever your skin is experiencing those things, it tends to be at a higher risk for irritation and sensitivity. And this product has one of the most simple ingredient lists I have ever found. It uses gentle surfactants or cleansing agents to properly cleanse the skin without it being too stripping, and it is fragrance free. It's free of a lot of potential irritants. Not to mention the price point and accessibility of this product is killer. You can find it at so many drugstores all over the USA, and I believe in other countries as well. And it's a great product. If you're someone who's recently started a skincare routine and you're a little bit hesitant about spending money on products, this is definitely a great one to start with because it's super affordable, does its job, no frills, it's great. Like I said, didn't expect to include this one, but I have to recommend it. It's one that I used a lot when traveling. Now we get into combination skin. I personally have combination skin. It tends to be oilier in a more humid environment where I live, but I have an oily T-zone and dry cheeks. So finding a cleanser for combination skin can be really difficult because it's kind of trying to do two things at once. And I'd say definitely where I'm the pickiest when it comes to cleansers. And the first product I recommend, and I will say I am heavily biased when I make this recommendation because I was involved in the creation process, but it is the Selfless by Hyram Centella and Green Tea Daily Gel Cleanser. Now, I recommend this for people with combination skin because when creating this formula with the chemists, I really wanted it to be an effective, gentle cleansing experience that's accessible to as many skin types as possible. Now, with any skincare product, there's no way that you're gonna be able to work for every single skin type out there, but we really set out with the challenge to make sure that this is a formula that can be accessed by people with really dry skin and really oily skin. And it is so cool seeing your guys' response to this product, how many people have come up to me with severely dry skin or severely oily skin that both love this product. And I think it's just a testament to how good the formula is. And like I said, I am biased, but I just think it's an incredible formula. It's a lightweight gel consistency that does froth up so you know exactly where on your face you're properly cleansing. And in addition to it being a really gentle cleansing experience that still is really powerful, like I've removed full coverage foundation with this formula. We added ingredients like Centella and green tea to help soothe the skin when it's going through that rigorous cleansing process to make sure that this helps support the health of the moisture barrier. And this continues to be the only cleanser I have ever used that I can consistently use both morning and nighttime. Although the cleansers I've used, and even in this video, are great for say like a morning routine or a nighttime routine, but I always have struggled to find one that I can use both morning and nighttime. So oh, that scared the shit out of me. Oh my god, you guys, my heart just sank to my asshole. Ugh, that was so scary. Okay, I forgot that I placed an Instacart order and I'm currently at home alone. And I also forgot that when someone rings the doorbell, it says, someone is at the door. And just then I heard someone talking upstairs and I about shit myself. The other cleanser for combination skin that I also used a lot when traveling is one that I initially thought was going to be for dry skin, but I find actually really works well for anyone who does have combination skin. It is the Aveeno Calm and Restore Nourishing Oat Cleanser. I am obsessed with this line by Aveeno. I'm very, very impressed with just the quality of the formulas, but just as importantly, how nice the experience is. And when I first used this cleanser, I was like, oh boy, this looks like it's going to be something that just does not really cleanse to the degree that I would prefer, but I was very surprised by how well this performs. It doesn't necessarily froth up, like it really doesn't, but every time I've used it, when I wash my face, I'm like, wow, it really did a good job of deeply cleansing my skin, even though it didn't really feel like it, which I think is really impressive and really cool from a formulation standpoint because most products that, you know, deeply cleanse the skin tend to froth up. This one doesn't, but it's a really good cleansing experience. I've been very impressed whenever my skin is going through a lot, like when I'm traveling and it's extra sensitized and dehydrated, I find myself using this one a lot just because of how gentle it is. And it's a very simple ingredient list, but it does include oat kernel extract, which is one of my favorite ingredients for helping to soothe the moisture barrier and kind of soften the skin. And you can find it at a lot of drugstores for a great price point. It's an awesome one. And then we have our oily skin vibes. I definitely struggle a lot with excessive oiliness. Where my T-zone is oily, it gets really oily. And I'll be 100% honest, compare this year's recommendations to last year's best cleansers video. there's no difference. I still haven't found cleansers that perform as well as these specific cleansers do. First is the Inkey Salicylic Acid Cleanser. I've talked about this in so many videos, and I like this one particularly for oily skin because it does include the ingredient salicylic acid, which is great for gently exfoliating the skin, which is primarily beneficial for anyone who struggles with blocked pores or breakouts. And I love recommending this one because not everyone necessarily loves using a dedicated salicylic acid product. Some people like to have 2-in-1 products, and I'd say this is one of the best 2-in-1 products on the market, but I will say it's still very gentle. So if you are someone who definitely needs, minimized oiliness or breakout help, I would recommend like a dedicated salicylic acid product. But if you are someone who's like, oh, I want it here and there, I'm not necessarily super concerned, I say this is a great one. It's a good overall cleansing experience, a simple ingredient list, great price point, and just does its job. And then the last cleanser for oily skin, and if you have watched any of my videos, this will come as absolutely no surprise. It continues to be the Youth of the People Kaolin Green Tea Superfood Cleanser. I have always been in love with this one. They did recently reformulate it, and I was super scared because I was like, no, please don't change this already magical formula. And I will say this one is a slight tad more nourishing than the previous formula, and it does take a little bit more time to froth up, but I'm still overall really impressed with this formula. I like using this one in moments where my skin has really gone through it. Like I was on a hike and I have mud and sweat on my face. I went out to the beach and I have a ton of layers of sunscreen on my face. Like I've mentioned in the past with this cleanser, it is a great one for really getting everything out of your skin, and also has incredible ingredients like green tea. Do you notice that I really like green tea in my cleansers? I think there's 4 cleansing products in this video that have green tea. Ooh, first step to recovery is acknowledging you have a problem. I even love this cleanser so much that I got this giant ass bottle of it that I've been going through. I am obsessed with this, and I'm going to be using this as a water bottle afterwards. That just shows you how much I love this cleanser. It's really good for getting into your skin and just cleansing everything out, but I'm not able to use this both morning and nighttime just because it is a little bit too strong. So keep that in mind if you are someone who's interested in this product. It is really intense, and if you're wanting an ultra gentle cleansing experience, I'd say some of these other cleansers are definitely better for that. Now you might be thinking, oh Hyram, that's it, that's all the recommendations. No, my friend. I wanted to include some other alternative cleansing products in this video that I have utilized throughout this entire year and that I have to recommend because I just wouldn't be a good friend to y'all without recommending these products. They're so amazing. First up, if you're looking for good makeup removal or to remove multiple layers of sunscreen because you've been reapplying, which all of you should be doing, I have a few favorite products. If you are someone who's interested in micellar water, I would say look no further than the BioDerma Sensibio cleansing water. This one it's awesome. It's bomb. It's known in the industry to be one of the best, and I fully support that statement. It's a really good one if you are someone who's looking for good makeup removal, but cleansing oils or cleansing balms aren't really your thing. This is definitely a great one to go with. Just make sure you use it with reusable cotton rounds because they're better for the environment. Now for a cleansing balm experience, which is my favorite way of doing a first cleanse, I just find it really luxurious and nice. The first one I recommend is the Bad Habit Beauty Acai Cleansing Balm. This one I initially bought because I was like, okay, I like the ingredients, and Emma Chamberlain is the creative director of this brand, and I was like, I want to support her. But I've used this many a times. It's a great cleansing balm experience, and the thing with a lot of cleansing balms is that they do tend to be a little bit more expensive because they kind of, I guess you could say, are a little bit of a luxury product, but this one's really well priced, and most importantly, it properly removes sunscreen and makeup, and it emulsifies when you add water. I have tried so many cleansing balms where it feels nice when you're applying it to your face, but once you add water, it's so hard to like get it off your skin because it doesn't froth up through that emulsification process. Oh, why do I feel so intelligent when I say that word? Emulsification. If you're a first-time cleansing balm user, I would definitely recommend trying this one. But I will say that my favorite cleansing balm from this year is, and I don't have it with me because I ran out yet again, and I have to purchase more, but it is the Then I Met You Living Cleansing Balm. This one is just, I always call it a mango smoothie for the face because it really is the most beautiful sensorial cleansing balm experience. It does have fragrance, so anyone who's really sensitive to fragrance, maybe this isn't for you, but personally I don't mind fragrance in cleansing balms because it's only on your face for like 30 to 60 seconds and then you remove it with a cleanser afterwards, so the risk of irritation is very minimal. But I love it because it's a rich consistency that always makes my skin feel so soft after using it. That's the main feedback I get from friends who try it out. They're like, oh my gosh, my skin feels so soft. I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. Downside to that one is that it is a more luxury product. I think it's almost $40. It's definitely pricey, but if you are wanting a more affordable option, of course there's the Bad Habit one. But if you are someone who really likes a cleansing balm and wants it to properly remove all your makeup, makeup, sunscreen in a really nice, nourishing way. I highly recommend you try that one out. And then I want to recommend one more product because I know there's going to be people watching this video who are like, wait, I love using scrubs. I want my cleanser to have like a scrub-like experience. What would you recommend? And you guys know I'm not a big fan of scrubs. They're definitely not something I recommend, but there are some alternative types of products that kind of give you a scrub-like experience for the first few seconds and then turn into a cleanser afterwards. And my favorite one that I've used is the by Wishtrend Green Tea Enzyme Powder. This one I really, really like. It was even featured in a kit that I did with Wishtrend. When was that? Like 2020? Yeah, I think it was 2020. It's great for anyone who selfishly wants that scrub-like experience, but the thing about this one is that it only lasts as a scrub for like a few seconds. So when I say a scrub, it is a powder, so it's very, very, very fine. And the risk of irritation is so minimal, and then it froths up into a cleanser formula afterwards. Now, every time I've used this, I've personally used a cleanser afterwards so that I can get, my little scrub experience in and then use one of my favorite cleansers to get everything out of my skin. If you want to do that, the choice is entirely up to you, but this does have cleansing agents in it to help cleanse the skin. I just like to stick with my tried and true favorites because I'm a Taurus and you cannot change my habits. When I find a product I love, I stick with that shit. And those are all of the best cleansers of 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you've been able to find a product recommendation that'll be able to work for your skin type and skin concerns. I really tried to be as conscious as possible when testing out a bunch of cleansers this year to find which ones would be best for all the concerns that you guys typically express. And so I really hope you're able to find that one cleansing product that just makes you fall in love with skincare. Like I said before, if you are interested in purchasing any of these products, feel free to use the links in the description box below. I would really, really appreciate the support. And stay tuned for more best of videos because the rest are coming. I'm going to be covering all the basic steps of a skincare routine, and there's products in those videos that I have not mentioned in videos before, so you definitely want to watch those. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and to the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.